Hello beautiful people, how you guys doing today? I hope you're all doing great. On this video I want to show you how to achieve this very easy and simple kaftan, okay, with no side seam. This is the beautiful African print I'll be using for this tutorial, and what I have here is exactly 4 yards of this. So what I will do now is to lay this on the floor so that you can have a better vision. So here it is, along this longer length of the 4 yards, I'm going to be folding it into two. I'll fold it into two, then I'll lay it on the floor. So here it is, folded into two along the longer length. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to create my triangular fold. So I'll just take it this way because here is what I have the unfold part. I folded it this way into two along this length. So I'm just taking it from the tip here now. I'm taking it this way. You can see this. I'm creating a triangular fold all the way. I'm also going to adjust the lower part as well. So you can see the fold now. You can see it from the top to the lower length. Okay, just take your time and make your adjustments. So what I'll do now is to take this back to the table so that I can proceed with the cutting. Okay. So and here guys, this is how this fold looks. I've gone ahead to use a pin to secure most parts of this so that the fabric can be in place. So you can see the top, see how it looks here. I'm taking it straight down just like you've seen on the floor. You can see this. So the lower part, you should be able to have your hip circumference divided by 4 plus extra 3 to 5 inches to be able to fit in here. So the hip I'm working with is 42. If I divide it by 4, I have 10.5. Let's say I add about 5 inches to it, that's about 15.5. And so that gives me what I have here. Okay, so you should be able to have that spacing at this side. So if you're folding, it is lesser than what I just mentioned, then you need to adjust to have your fold. Okay, yeah. And for the fold, you can see the length is long enough to be able to accommodate the length of your choice. It's long enough. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is to, of course, make my button. But taking note again, you see here is some fold that is facing me. This is actually going to be the side. Remember, it's no side seam. This is going to actually be the side. But this side where you have it open is going to be the center fold. So I'm going to be turning this back towards me to have, a proper vision of it. So, and if you can see here, you will have some shortages in your fold here. So what I'm going to do now is to make a straight cut so that I can have it, straight out, cut out some excesses here so I can have it all straight out from top to the lower part. Okay, that's what I'm going to do now. So you can see now I have this open part facing me, which is going to be my center fold here. Of course, while the other side that is on fold is going to be the seam, the side seam. Okay. So and I've gone ahead to draw out this straight line on top. So if you see this, if you look at it at the other side, you can see where this actually starts from. Okay, because I turned it to the other side, I had to actually indicate it so that you don't get confused. I hope you understand that. So this is actually my starting point line. Okay, yeah. So here now, what I'm going to do now is to put in my neck measurement. So because this is the center fold and we have it opened up, I will still have to stitch it back. When I'm making my stitch, I will stitch it with like half of an inch. So I'm going to indicate that extra, half of an inch when I'm putting in my neckline. I hope you understand. So like the neck width I want to work with now, I want to work with 4 inches. But if instead of marking 4 inches, I'll make it 4.5 because half inch I will use to sew at the center fold. I hope you understand that. So I'll go ahead and mark out 4.5 inches here. So please guys, kindly bear with me if you're hearing any noise at the background. There's a war going on around my environment. I can't stop that. Okay, so please just bear with me with the noises you might be getting here now. So here, this is the neck width. I'm talking of 4.5. Then the neck depth for the back, I'm going to use 1.5 for the back depth. While for the front, I will use 6 inches. Okay, I'll use 6 inches for the front neckline. So for the back, I'm going to make my connection from here. So this is going to be for the back neckline, while for the front will be like a V kind of shape. Okay, so you can see this 4.5 in width, then the depth 1.5 for the back, 6 inches for the front. Now for the shoulder, the shoulder is actually 16. If I divide it by 2, I have 8. So from this same point, let's say starting from half of an inch, we're going to take off. I just indicated that half of an inch. So from there, if I mark out 8 inches, which represents the shoulder joining, okay, so from there I'm going to mark out the sleeve length. So the sleeve length is going to be let's say 7 inches for that, while the remaining I have here, which is what do I have here, about 6.5, even 7 inches, I'll use it for the sleeve opening. Okay, I hope you understand that. So I'll go over it again. The shoulder at 8, from the shoulder point the sleeve length at 7, then from this sleeve length I have my sleeve opening, which is also 7. That's the round sleeve opening. So after this, the next thing is to take note of the length of the dress, and what I'm working with is 61 plus extra hemming allowance at the top and at the lower. There's going to be a hemming at the lower part, which is makes it 62. Okay, I'm adding 2 inches of extra allowance, so that's 63. So from this top where you started marking your neckline, from this part I'm going to take note of what the sleeve length, so which I've gone ahead to indicate. So just dragging it down. So remember I said whatever it is you have at this lower part should be what your hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 3 to 5 inches. Okay, so to give you that free space. So what I have here, like I said, was 10.5. That's 42 divided by 4. Then I have extra 5 inches here. Okay, so the spacing is more than enough for me. Okay, so this is the end point of my hemline. Okay, yeah. So first of all, I'm going to cut out the back neckline first. I'll just cut through this. Then where we have that sleeve open, I'm going to give a notch there. So I'm notching that point of the sleeve opening. Okay. So what I'll do next now is to take off my pins and spread this open so that I can cut out for the front neckline. Okay. So I'll spread this open now, still the right side facing each other. Okay. So spreading it open, you can see the curve for your neckline. For the back, you have it at one end and at the other end as well. Okay, so I'm just going to use one side now and cut out for the front neckline. I still have my markings here, so I'll just cut out the front neckline now. So we're done, the front neckline done. Then of course the back neckline here at this end here. So the next thing now I'm going to do, because I have to still hold this top part with a pin just to put it in place. So what I'm going to do now is here that will have the cutout now for the neckline. I'll just go to my machine and run half of an inch. Remember it was half of an inch we left. So I'm going to take half of an inch all the way straight down. Then I'll also do the same thing to the other side as well. Half of an inch straight down. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'll come back to show you the next step. So here I'm done with the seam on both sides, and I've also cleaned up the edges. You can see on both sides. So what I'll do now is to open this up and fold this in such a way that these two seams, remember one part was for the front neckline and back neckline. In order to give it the right fold now, let the both seam match up together, like not exactly, just a guide. So make it, fold it in such a way that when you place it back, you could see that both seam are meeting each other at right sides, still facing each other. So you can see, once you have it now, you will see you have the right fold. So you can see the better view. Just hold this top part with a pin. So you can see this is the right fold now. You can see now the back neckline here, and here is the front neckline. And of course, the seams are going to be at the center, okay? Yeah, so meanwhile, by the side, you can see there is no seam. You have it unfold by this side and unfold on this other side. So you can see now how it looks. So what I'm going to do, of course, is to hem the neckline, both the front and the back. You can use the bias tape or whatever it is you want. You can also cut out a facing if you choose to. So for here is the shoulder joining. So remember, the slip opening is also on this shoulder line. And if you look at the part where we notched, they're still matching up to each other. So this part is going to be the opening, okay, at this end. And for that, you're just going to make a seam and take it round. Why? From that point of your sleeve opening, you make your sewing to this point. So this is where you're sewing from here, and stop at the point where you have your sleeve opening. I hope you understand that. The same thing you're also going to do. Come here and stop at your sleeve opening here. You can see the notch line is there. Then this opening, you're going to fold it inwards and take it round. It's as easy as that. So that is it, guys. So once this is done, just hem the lower part and this beautiful dress is ready. So that is it on how to make this beautiful no side seam kaftan dress. Thank you for watching, guys. If you find this helpful, please go ahead, like, share, and also if you've not subscribed, please don't forget to do that as well. I'll appreciate that a lot. Thank you again to all my subscribers. I'll always appreciate you guys. Till I see you on the next video, have a beautiful day.